growing number of emergency agencies now using drones. We have the new idea on how they can be used before officers arrive, how all that would work. And look, there is so much fake stuff that's being sold online. Now Goodwill is turning to new technology to make sure its donations are actually the real thing. We're going to show you how that works today here on The Now.
Good evening. Many people rely on EpiPens as the first line of defense for a severe reaction for allergies. But for the parents of local children with severe allergies, they say they face potential problems because the medication used in the EpiPen is in short supply. The Now's Leslie Gooden has more on the reoccurring shortage.
If that's not available for my kids or for her children when they're at my home, it's a concern for me.
Angela Chavez, mother of 3 and healthcare professional, is no stranger to questioning the pharmaceutical companies. She says the shortage of EpiPens and similar brands is no different.
You know, why they're not available or why, the price has gone up so much. But it is a concern as a mother, what the reasons for as to why they're not available for the children that need them.
Chavez, along with the lead clinical pharmacy, are asking the same question. Why are the 4 brands, EpiPen, EpiPen Jr., the authorized generic brand from Mylan and Aquafee, which administer the epinephrine, which aren't available?
We asked, probably a year ago why there's such a shortage, and they said it's just a manufacturing problem, and that's all they would tell me.
Lee says other surrounding pharmacies call and ask if she has any in stock, and she herself can't get more than 1 at a time, both pediatric and adult versions.
There is no alternative unless, there's the little ampules, but there's not enough in that dose to, really help anybody.
If these auto injectors are in stock, Lee says the price can be too high, ranging from about $150 to $3,000, and they're not always covered by insurance. One local allergist I spoke to says one alternative is to always have medications like Benadryl on hand, and to ask your local doctor what is the best immediate medication. For The Now, I'm Leslie Gooden, 23 ABC, connecting you.
After a warning was issued just last week and getting pushback from consumers, all of Fisher-Price's Rock and Play sleepers are being recalled after they were linked to infant deaths. The Federal Consumer Product Safety Commission says more than 30 deaths have happened in sleepers since 2009. The group says the deaths happened after infants rolled over while unrestrained or under other circumstances. The recall comes after a warning about the product was issued just last week by the Commission and Fisher-Price. The recall affects about 4.7 million sleepers. It's a job that requires extreme multitasking and attention to detail. In most cases, lives are on the line. Today, the Kern County Sheriff's Office recognizing their dispatchers for all of their hard work.
There's several challenges that you deal with. Obviously, when you answer the phone, you never know what you're going to get. So it may be somebody that's reporting their vehicle has been vandalized or stolen, but it also may be somebody who's been shot or stabbed or having a medical emergency. So you deal with that stress because, again, when you pick up the phone and you answer 911 or Kern County Sheriff's Office, you never know what's going to be on the other end of that phone call.
The Sheriff's Office also addressing the misuse of calling 911 as well as their text to 911 service, saying when people misuse the service, they are wasting resources that others may need. Each day, that can mean as many as 800 extra calls. They say their dispatchers take each call and message seriously, so to only use those services when it's a true emergency. Bakersfield College Drumline is moving on to the next rounds at the World Championships Winter Guard International. It's the 6th time the BC Drumline has represented Bakersfield at the Worlds. And today in Dayton, Ohio, the BC Drumline placed first in the preliminary competition among 16 different drumline groups. They are now moving on to the semifinals on Saturday, and if they make it through the second round, they'll compete in the finals the same day. According to the competition, more than 600 teams, including color guards, percussion ensembles, and wind groups, will compete. If you are a beer connoisseur, the Condors are hosting a craft beer tasting featuring some of the finest craft beer selections. It's happening tomorrow from 5 to 7 at Rabobank Arena in the Ice Level Lounge, so right before the puck drops for the last regular season home game. Tickets are only $10 for the tasting, but you must have a game ticket to get into the tasting. All proceeds will go to the Condors Community Fund that donates to the Kern County nonprofits year-round. We have more information at turnto23.com, and you may need to hurry because only 150 tickets will be sold for the tasting. It is time to grab your tackle box and cast a line. Isabella Lake Fishing Derby begins tomorrow as it celebrates its 30th year. With the help of partnerships, the Chamber raised around 10,000 trout from early November just for this event. The Derby is held on April 13th through the 15th. If you want to sign up, you have to do it before 7 tomorrow morning. Derby headquarters are located at 6405 Lake Isabella Boulevard. This morning, the Campbell Soup Company announced they're closing in on finalizing a $510 million deal to sell Bakersfield-based Bolthouse Farms. In August, Campbell's announced it would be selling the produce and juice company. This morning, Campbell's announced it had signed a definitive agreement to sell Bolthouse to Butterfly Equity, which is described as an LA-based private equity firm specializing in the food sector. The sale of Bolthouse is expected to be completed by the end of the fiscal year. Right now, it's unknown how this will impact those employed by the company. For many, spring cleaning has begun, but if you're looking to get rid of larger items like refrigerators, stoves, and mattresses, the county is hosting a bulky waste collection. The Kern County Public Works and Kern Refuse Haulers are hosting the event tomorrow. It's happening from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. only. 3 locations are accepting the bulky items: Roberts Lane Transfer Station, Kern Medical, and the Kern County Fairgrounds. Items that are not accepted include remolding waste, household trash, and hazardous waste, just to name a few. We have more information on drop-off locations on our website, turnto23.com. Easter season is here and people are on the hunt for eggs, but there's one kind of eggs parents are hoping their children never bring home: lice eggs. The Great Lice Egg Hunt will be held tomorrow in downtown Bakersfield from 8 a.m. until 8 p.m. The clinic is free and will screen kids for lice and provide treatment for families. The clinic will be held on F Street and the treatments are by appointment only. For more information on how to register, you can head to our website, turnto23.com.
As more measles cases pop up across the country, doctors are now urging adults to double check their medical records. They're warning that even if you've been vaccinated, you might still be at risk and not even know it. And Corey Rangel's explaining why.
As the measles outbreak grows, more parents are making sure their children are protected, including Katie DeLand, the mother of 2 young boys.
I did not want to wait. It keeps going up and up in numbers, and it's just very scary.
We're in a serious situation with measles this year that we haven't been in the United States in decades.
Bud Wiederman is an infectious disease doctor with Children's National. While he treats children, he's also now urging adults to double check their measles records.
If you're exposed to a case and you're not immune, it's about a 90% chance you're going to get measles.
But Dr. Wiederman says even if you did get vaccinated as a child, there's a chance you might not be as protected as you think, especially those in states seeing a spike in cases. In 1989, the CDC started encouraging people to get 2 doses of the measles vaccine, which is 97% effective in protecting against the disease. But people born before 1989 may have only received 1 dose, which offers slightly less protection at 93%.
Because measles is so contagious, it may be the most contagious infection known to man. So the 93% is great, but it's a little too low for something as contagious as measles.
Dr. Wiederman says if you do not know if you've been vaccinated, you can ask your doctor for a simple blood test to determine if you're protected. I'm Corey Rangel reporting.
Corey, thank you. And next in our lineup, a growing number of emergency agencies are now using drones, but we have the new idea to use them before officers arrive. We're going to show you how that would work coming up. All right, let's start the Now News feed. And starting today, semi-automatic firearms, magazines, and other gun parts are illegal in New Zealand. The country's parliament almost unanimously approved that measure. It's been less than a month since the shooting at mosques that left 50 people dead. Authorities are running a buyback program to refund gun owners for their weapons. Well, Vermont High School is raising a Black Lives Matter flag today. Rutland City Public Schools Board gave the students the okay. The school plans to fly the flag for as many as 400 days. There's some other Vermont school districts that have done this as well. Rock legend Mick Jagger, he is doing well after heart surgery. He posted this picture here this week. The caption says, "A walk in the park." He's 78 years old. The Rolling Stones did announce that they're postponing their upcoming tour that was supposed to start later this month. Well, it can feel like airlines just nickel and dime you for everything, but how about this one? The Now's Annie Taylor's here with the next perk that you could be paying for.
All right, Chris, so this angers me a little bit, but there is talk of charging you to pick your space in that overhead luggage bin. Some new technology revealed at the Aircraft Interiors Expo this week would make it easier for airlines to do just that. Now, we don't have images from the expo, but what we're about to show you is just to give you an idea of how this would all work. So one company unveiled software that would allow passengers to reserve a particular overhead bin. There would be a screen on the bin that would show the seat of the passenger who reserved it. So if someone already reserved the one above your seat, you're going to have to find a new spot for your bag. Another piece of technology comes from Airbus. This one I do like because it's a lighting system that would help you easily tell which overhead bins are taken. Green means plenty of room. Yellow means it's getting full. And red, don't open it or things will start falling out on you. And while this new technology could allow passengers to pay to reserve a certain overhead bin, some airlines do already charge you to carry on a bag. Low-cost carriers like Allegiant, Frontier, and Spirit charge anywhere between $10 and $75, depending on when you pay. And if you book a basic economy ticket on United, you're not allowed to bring a carry-on at all, only a personal item.
Well, if you'd like to get some sleep while flying, Delta might not be the airline for you. The company announcing they are charging how far you can lay back in their seats. A spokesperson for the airline confirmed it will further limit how far seats in coach and first class recline on its fleet of Airbus A320s. Starting Saturday, Delta says it will retrofit the seats on all 62 of those planes. The seats will lose about 2 inches of reclining space. According to Delta, the move is not about adding more seats or taking away space. Instead, Delta says it's focused on protecting customers' personal space and making multitasking easier. April is National Donate Life Month, and today local organization JJ's Legacy is honoring the occasion by encouraging people to wear the colors blue and green. Sporting those colors could land you some cash. Today, JJ's Legacy, which advocates for people to become organ donors and give the gift of life, encouraged people to show their support by dressing in their Donate Life colors. If you choose to wear blue and green, take a picture of yourself and post it on the Donate Life America Facebook page. You could win a $100 Amazon gift card for showing your support. The contest runs from now through Tuesday. The California Living Museum will be hosting a spring fling this weekend in honor of thousands of kids being on spring break across the county. Calm, which is located in northeast Bakersfield between Lake Ming and Hart Park, will be hosting their spring fling starting tomorrow, Saturday, April 13th, through next Saturday, April 20th. During the event, all kids under the age of 12 will get in for free when they are with an adult. All week long, Calm will have animal keepers give kids an up-close and personal encounter with creatures of all kinds. Spring Fling kicks off tomorrow starting at 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. And this weekend is expected to have gorgeous weather. We're going to take a live look outside at downtown Bakersfield. Check out our roof can. Wow, gorgeous sunset. I love seeing that. And the kids, I'm sure, are going to have so much fun if they head out. The Now's Amanda Mason joining us in studio tonight in for Allison Gargaro. Nice temperatures this weekend, Amanda?
Yes, well, it's going to be gorgeous. And currently right now we are seeing some pretty clear conditions, which is nice for us. We're looking at our current temperatures. Bakersfield 69. We're seeing Tehachapi 46, Fraser Park 46. We're cooling down just a tiny bit, but we're going to warm back up. Now our air quality is at an AQI of 58 at a moderate level, so we have worsened, but I think that might change as we've got some winds that are going to be moving through the area. But we are tracking a storm that's coming into our region by Tuesday that will drop our temperatures a little bit. As you can see right here, Monday, we are seeing this storm close to San Francisco. It's kind of off the Pacific Northwest. It'll be making its way south, but we're really only expecting little to no rain. There are not enough percentages to really say we're going to expect rain. Possibly lots of clouds in the area is what we're seeing. Now, if we look across the valley tomorrow, you can expect calm winds. We're seeing our 80s, 83 in Oildale and Lamont, so they're reaching up just another digit. And we're also looking across the mountain communities. We can see 10-mile-per-hour winds, breezy conditions, but we are staying in warmer temperatures. And we're going to continue to rise here in our desert community, but with gusts around 25 miles per hour, windy. We're looking at mid-70s, upper 70s, but our 7-day forecast is going to be so glorious with our Saturday and Sunday, nice, bright and sunny, 80 degrees. Here's our temperature drop from Monday into Tuesday as that little storm comes in with some cold air, and then we're also going to continue to warm up. Look at this all the way till Thursday, 88 degrees. Check that out. We're going to continue to stay warm. We're going to also continue to stay warm throughout the entire region as well. As you look across, Kern River Valley 75, Mountains 68, and Desert 75. Now we are going to be picking up some winds in our mountain and desert community, but we will make sure that we are calm in closer to the Valley and Bakersfield side. So we hope you enjoy your weekend tomorrow. It's going to be absolutely gorgeous.
Drones are now being used to help solve crimes and catch suspects. And the Now's Nicole Val is showing us how an unmanned aircraft is helping police field 911 calls.
Just this morning we saw one come. Someone called about somebody in their yard.
Police use drones, but usually after a crime has happened to survey a scene. But this department in Southern California is using drones while a crime may still be in progress to help respond to 911 calls.
It's a game changer for law enforcement.
The situation.
Since October, this drone has been a second set of eyes for the Chula Vista Police Department, aiding in more than 50 arrests.
The officers are able to use their department-issued phones and see a live feed.
The Federal Aviation Administration granted the first ever authorization for police to fly a drone beyond the line of sight for proactive emergency responses as part of the Integration Pilot Program, giving these officers a 40-mile flying radius.
So currently we're flying to the area of Guava Avenue and D Street.
As of mid-2018, research shows over 900 U.S. fire, police, and emergency agencies are currently using drones in their operations. But on the back end, using the technology on the front end is new. And the chief here says it's needed.
Anything that we can do to provide our officers with more information and make our community safe, why wouldn't we want to do it?
The chief says the drone policy does not permit surveillance. It's only for safety.
It's not utilized for surveillance or to go and invade people's personal privacy.
I'm willing to give it an opportunity, We'll see how it plays out.
I'm Nicole Vowell reporting.
All right, Nicole, thank you. Let's start the Now News feed. And could Bed Bath & Beyond be the next store that's facing trouble? Well, the company that owns the store says it will be opening about 15 new locations this year, but the problem is the company's also closing about 40 others. More stores could close if they don't negotiate different lease terms in those locations. Well, the next wave in housing will be fueled by people who are barely out of their teens. Bank of America did a survey saying that 59% of Generation Z will buy a house in the next 5 years. So those are people who are aged 18 to 23 right now. More than half of them have already started saving. Well, it is considered the world's fanciest airport, and this is really why. Take a look at this, the indoor waterfall. This has been installed in Singapore's airport, and it's actually the tallest indoor waterfall in the world, standing at about 130 feet tall. And it's also surrounded by an inside forest because why not? Obviously need one of those at the airport as well. All right, well, it is your last weekend to get those taxes done, unless you file an extension, of course. Certain disaster victims and military serving in combat zones, they get those extensions automatically. The rest of us, though, we have to file our own. Now, but for your payments, those are still due on time, which is Monday, April 15th, and that's for everyone except Maine and Massachusetts because they have state holidays on those days. Well, the IRS says about 50 million people at this point still haven't filed their taxes. And look, we love options, especially when it comes to food, but too many options apparently are bad for the bottom line because according to a market research company, yogurt sales have fallen the last 2 years after some pretty significant gains. The agency says there are more than 300 yogurt options in your average grocery store. Yet yogurt's also getting called out by health experts for having a lot of sugar. Well, check out these pictures right here. This is what's left of a car that crashed outside Albany, New York. And what's unique about this crash is the woman who was driving told first responders that she saw a spider. She panicked, and then she crashed. She hurt her leg, but she is otherwise okay. We don't really have any word on what happened to the spider, but police are using this as a teaching moment because they say you need to overcome your fears. You need to remain calm if you're ever in this situation and maintain control. Now, some animals, they are able to adapt and overcome more than others. Coyotes, an example of that, their population surging despite being pushed into more urban areas by development, really. Well, there's a new national park study that found that they're eating more pets, specifically cats, made up 20% of coyotes' diets in the Los Angeles area, where pet disappearances have become an increasing problem. The study also found fruit trees planted around people's homes, those will attract coyotes as well. And look, there is so much just fake stuff online that it can be hard to know if you're really getting a good deal when you buy something. But now Goodwill is turning to new technology to make sure that its donations are real. And we're going to show you how that works coming up.
Welcome back. Let's take a live look at downtown Bakersfield as the sun is setting. Absolutely gorgeous out there tonight. Just a perfect way to end out our week before we head into this amazing weekend this weekend. So many events going on. Today was a perfect day as far as temperatures, Amanda.
Oh my gosh, it was absolutely gorgeous, but we're going to continue to see warmer temperatures, which is really nice this weekend. We're looking at the 80s, full sunshine pretty much throughout the entire county. So we are seeing, some dry conditions, those warmer temperatures. Now, next week we may see some wind.
We'll see you tonight on 11.